more days, but it's just like yeah, so much shit, man. Like people people want to get their business back on track.
Yeah.
Um yeah.
What else are you working on?
Um it's just honestly trying to get out of this fucking debt from basically COVID and
Oh
just
shit.
and just uh um tattooing more, working on this book, this 100 Dragons book, redoing
Mm-hmm.
redoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
Vanilla Gorilla, I guess. So is that Vanilla Gorilla? Who's that? That's that Mike Giant.
I don't know. I don't think so. I know. I recognize the name. He's a homie. I know he's on the follow tip.
Okay.
Been around for a minute. He's one of the homies, I guess. I might know him. A lot of these guys I know, man, they got secret names. They're more mysterious than I am. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I do know the name. But sound off if you're. It's still early. It's still early. People jump in.
Okay, so old. I got an ad that I wanted to do.
What are you working on?
This is the dragon from. This is dragon number. I think number 48 or 49.
Okay.
But I'm gonna bring in. I did tell you I was gonna do a old ad because I got this old comic book.
Let me see what you got. Because I've been wanting to get back to you on it because I had to stop my hustle and do this one because I'm filling up pages, but the way my pages lay out, I need sort of like impacting delivery when you turn the page. So
Right.
I have to sort of space things a little bit, and I needed to fill in a gap on one of these ad spaces. So I got my little ad that I'm doing. But yeah, I'll show you mine. This is kind of what I'm redoing. I don't know if you remember this one.
Yep.
The classic.
Yep.
Goofiness. So I'm doing that with a little bit of a remix, some funny wordplay and whatnot. But yeah, I finally organized this setup for this. I got to.
Oh, this is different now.
No, I mean
Overhead.
Setting up the screen image ahead of time with the link and not having. See, I was setting up like scheduled lives, but then I was ended up canceling and starting again like 2 times in a row. It was messed up, and I didn't know like if you were gonna get the link if the link stayed live or if it was a dead link by the time you clicked it. So I'm learning as I go with this stuff.
Yeah, they got I like the scheduling setup on YouTube. You can schedule. There's some people that do scheduling like 2-3 years down the line.
Damn.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do like capsules and shit. Like you can do a whole recording if you want, upload it, and then say I want to and put a date on when you want to order or when you wanted to upload.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what do you got for the ad? What were you thinking?
I'm trying to look. I can't find this comic book that I had. I just got these shits. I think I took them to
some throwback old school shit.
Yeah. Matter of fact, hey babe, is this the pizza? Uh-oh. I know that smile. My wife made some pizza. Oh yeah.
Hey, pizza.
Wow. This is man good.
Where did you like it?
Oh wow. All right.
Homemade pizza.
I got competition, kids.
You make pizza, huh?
Yeah, I try to. Not like the old school Italian pizza.
I got some music in the back this time. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's for my mental relaxation. So yeah, what's the page you're doing?
Hold on. I don't have
an
it.
hour.
I think I left that comic book at shop.
Uh-oh.
Oh fuck. Uh-huh.
You can probably look it up. Shits are everywhere. I actually looked around online and found a shitload of them, if you know what it is.
I remember some of these ads, and it bothers me that's in the vintage section now.
Tell me about it. Yeah, here I thought I was onto some like cool OG original shit. Like I'm just gonna do this, and I've seen a couple versions of other people doing it, and I'm like, well, I guess it's just out there in the ether, but I'm still doing it my way. These are funny. They're kind of funny for me though. So I have it's like an overall look aesthetic.
I remember that dude. All right, so I remember the one that you were drawing because there's another one where he's standing behind 3 kids.
Yeah, like holding them, like meeting them in the streets, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Out with the kids. Yeah. His name is like Captain O, which I never knew. So I don't think I ever read the descriptions. I just remember all the prizes and stupid shit that kids wanted to mail away for.
Oh, here goes the here goes that Hulk Hogan one.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were kind of like getting kids to like go door to door and try and sell shit to people and whatnot, which made it even funnier. It was probably like crap. But yeah, I'm gonna change the wording up so it's all kind of like, stupid. Like there's the operator lady at the bottom named Rose, and it's like, call Rose now. She's on standby waiting for your call, kind of shit. But I have it where she's kind of I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
She's like, I've been stuck. Don't call me. I've been stuck here waiting for a raise since '82, and tell my son I miss him. Type shit. So,
yo, this is crazy. All right. I found a good one.
But yeah, if you need to do just the visual part, I can always do the layout and the wording and stuff like that. You just gotta email it to me.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
What
size is the paper?
I'll build it out for the paper size and the layout size.
What size paper are you using?
11 by 17. But I mean, I'll squeeze it into the layout later if I need to move things around a little bit. I'll kind of draw them in pieces, drawing the parts and pieces and stuff.
All right, 11 by 17. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what your layout's going to look like, but I can always kind of wiggle things into layout and shit.
I remember this one. Cube Lube.
What's that? I don't even know what that is.
Wait, check that out. There we go. Cube Lube. That shit look crazy. What are they selling kids?
What is that?
Oh,
it's because the Rubik's Cubes were getting dried out using them so much.
Right.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's wild. Cube Lube. Well, here, you remember these? I printed these out. These are other ones that I want to do at some point. You remember these? I know you know these.
Oh, yeah, the X-rays? Yeah, there we go.
There's 50 different versions of them. There's so many versions. But then this one, too, I'm going to redo this. This I'm going to have a field day with. I know you remember this. Hey, Skinny. The dude comes over, beats him up in front of his girl, and just, clowns him on the beach.
What the fuck?
You don't remember this?
No.
It's about, some dude's workout plan. He'll send you, a book that has, workout.
That's
then,
funny.
The next issue or something, the guy comes back and beats up the dude and takes his woman back.
Oh, they were actually doing they were actually doing a full little comic strip every month. He gets his girl back, fellas.
Yeah. Learn my workout program. I got your back kind of shit. Wow. Yeah, really testing people's masculinity out here back in the 70s. But yeah.
Me.
And I got this guy with 6 fingers. I'm gonna see if anybody figures that out. But what's going on out west, man?
Bro, it's trash out here right now. The weather. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that. The weather was really good today. Finally.
Okay.
It's not like you know what, the West Coast isn't really like the East Coast. Like when it rains, people still outside. You know?
Yeah, they also don't know how to drive on the highway out there in the rain
Right. Definitely. And
it's a fucking got barriers and shit at
yeah,
100 miles an hour.
they slow down a lot, and so like, but I mean, it's crazy out here. When it rains, it's just like it doesn't rain with style. You know, on the East Coast, it kind of rains with style. It just comes down and it's raining. It's raining. It should be blowing in. It's blowing left and right. It's like, you ever see like people with patchy hair, like
Yeah.
like they can't really grow all their hair out. So they have patchy beards. So that's how rain is out here. It's like patches of rain clouds. It's not like a full long fat area of just rain. Nah, it's like patches of rain. So you're driving, and all of a sudden this is a downpour, and 2 minutes in, it stops. And you're like, wait, where's all the rain? And then all of a sudden, another patch of rain. And then it's continuously like that. That's your day. You're just getting patches of rain sometimes, you know? Yeah. Yeah. All right.
You catch this Griselda Blanco show on Netflix?
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, it was all right. So we watched that with my girl, and then we ended up going down the Cocaine Cowboys.
That was good. That's good
so
too.
I didn't realize like the second. So Cocaine Cowboys, the main dude is like out by you, like Oakland, Berkeley.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Out there.
Yep.
So I was kind of like talking about that last night.
Yep. That guy's out here. Well, he was out. He might still be alive.
Yeah, I think he is. I mean, I don't know much about the update, but I think he was. At least when that documentary came out, he was. But yeah, for some reason I thought that was like South Central LA. I thought he was like a big LA dude, but I'm sure he was just like taking care of that.
Now, that dude was like one of the connects. He was the one of the connects out here for her
cartel situation.
Yeah, she was supplying. I think there's a part where she talks about the West Coast. So she's like, she theorized, man, should I go to California or something like that? It's kind of like a hint, you know.
Yeah, that show, I guess I found out last night. I don't even think that show on Netflix was that real. I think there was a lot of fictitious drama and like made up stuff. Like they mixed a lot of stories together that weren't really correct.
Yeah, that's why one of the kids is suing the actress.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Huh. That's not a good look. You got one job to do and you want to piss them off the fucking kids.
He's like,
you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like at least have him like have a little walk-on cameo or something. Get on the good graces. You know? So what do you got coming up? Still working on the project. How far in are you?
I'm 40 something dragons in, about to be 50.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't I knew I was gonna get pretty far, but you know, Yeah, I remember doing it when I was younger. You know what I mean? I was about to say little kid, but I remember doing it when I was younger. um and I was like what 30, I was 33 at the time when I did it. And it's just, now it's just like trying to do it, like with more shit on my plate. It's like taking longer than it really should.
No, that's just the way the shit is now, you know. I mean, I understand that. It's kind of just the hardest hurdle for me is just doing multiple things at once. Again, like you just said, back in the day, I would knock the shit out,
Right,
and move on and keep it moving and have other things on the wing. It does take a lot of time just to get things to come to fruition correctly. Like, I don't want to knock stuff out with trash. I want it to be quality because I have a certain level of taste and aesthetic. But like, I see people crank shit out that's just not up to par, and I'm just like, well, yeah, that's what happens if you don't, put the quality time into it. And there's guys out there that are just, they got so much, I don't want to say so much time on their hands, but when you see him, you're like, oh yeah, look at this dude. He's beat up and fucking worn out. Like, that's a different dedication than most people are used to.
right. I mean, man, I don't know. I don't know how a lot of people do it. Like when you're trying to be productive like that, you're trying to like be able to put out as much work as possible. Like comic book artists, I'm still trying to like figure out how they do it. And you're drawing like,
I mean, there's a fast element to it, but still, even that, man, the amount of work that they're cranking out. Like, I'm casually doing this at this book project in my own. Try to stick to a page a week just to kind of juggle everything together. But I mean, even that, I'm only on like 22 pages, with maybe 5 or 6 ads. So that's like what, 27 pages? Dude, these guys will do that in like a month.
right.
This shit's taken me like 6 months already or something.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm sure if I had nothing on my plate and that was my sole job, I could do it. But like, I kind of enjoy like planning and prepping and looking up like street scenes and trying to find a cool bank to draw as a reference, stuff like that. Or like look at the interior of a bank and try to find like chandeliers and stuff like that. Like, you can't really do all that if you're just cranking pages day after day after day,
Right.
So I don't necessarily agree with that like industry scheduling. Like, I want to spend time and do quality shit. But
yeah,
like, I've listened to Todd McFarlane talk, and he's like, a page a day, Monday through Friday, and take Saturday and Sunday off, and stick to it, and don't let yourself, no matter what. I'm like, well, how the fuck do dudes go on vacations or go to the dentist or fucking go grocery shopping or fucking like?
I don't think they do, bro.
I'm saying, like,
I don't think they do.
But then I see other guys that spend like a month on a page, like Jeff Darrow and dudes like that. Like, they're spending and like, whoever, other artists, they're probably spending a lot of time, like Art Adams and shit. Like, these guys never stay on schedules that the other industry would be doing, So I don't know how they do it. But the benefit of me not having to work for anybody else, I'm just doing this shit myself.
Yeah, I mean, like, say if you do a character like Daredevil, it's a lot of reference, right? Just for the background.
Yeah. I mean, you putting that in a setting, especially me. If I was in New York, it would have to be like a real New York. Like, I can't just draw some boxy buildings. Like, I'd want to go out and get like background scenes, go to Chinatown, do all the fucking legwork. But when do you do that outside of the drawing process?
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of
There's more to it than just drawing a cool daredevil. You know what I mean?
Right. It like you gotta have like what camera? What kind of camera you got? You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And back then, those guys were like, what they had their camera. They must have had somebody. What were they doing? Like
running it to like 1 hour photo.
Yeah, run out 1 hour photo. That's what I'm saying.
I don't even know if they had 1 hour till the 90s. In the 80s, they didn't have 1 hour. When I was developing film back then, I had to like drop my film off on Monday and get it back Thursday. That was the quickest I could do it.
Right. Right.
But like 1 hour photo didn't come till way later. And like, you know, I've seen, I went to this guy, Dan Green, who was an influence on me. I went to his daughter set up kind of like a little celebration of his life in November. And so I went up to see like, you know, some of the artwork that she had compiled of his. And I got to see like some of the photo references that he used, you know, because it was like a bunch of photos. And there was a photo of him that he took of himself in the mirror kind of, and I didn't realize it was the reference that he used for the cover of Into Shambhala, which was like a Doctor Strange graphic novel that he did. And so the cover is literally a photo reference of him. And so I know he was, and there's a couple other like cool photo references of like, you know, people with like a sword standing in like a pose. I'm like, oh, this is how they were doing it back then.
Right.
You know, like a big Conan sword, shit like that. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot goes into a reference, especially if you don't have the story laid out yet. You know, how long does it take to go just jump into a story mode before you can plan what your layout's going to be, backgrounds and what needs to be. You know, you need street level references. You need, you know, the tops of buildings and shit. You got to go find places where you can do that.
It's why McFarlane used to always take like a photograph, and then like actually just make a black and white picture of it, and then just draw Spider-Man in front of it swinging. And I was like, oh, look how he got, because it's just like, how do you draw all of that shit, you know?
Yeah, and I'm sure the OGs at the time were like calling that cheating, you know?
Right.
Cutting corners. And you look at that stuff now, it actually look kind of funny. But, you know.
But I get it. I get it. I get why you had to do it, you know?
Yeah.
He's competing with the OGs already who are drawing just as fast, and he's like coming out with some like. And I remember saying, I can't remember which artist from back in the day saying it. Like guys aren't even really drawing buildings. They just, I'm like, oh, is that why he was talking about light boxing? Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, probably. And you know, let's move it forward. They're doing stuff the way you're drawing now on the tablet now.
Right. I know a few guys that are on the tablet.
I see them. I see the artists. I see the pages. I see the textures and shit. But like, there's no sellable byproduct at the end, like a collector's page. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you could sell it. You could still sell it. You could sell the actual digital page.
Yeah, I mean, there's that side of it, the whole digital collector sell element. But I'm on that tangible shit. Like, I like the page.
Yeah, I like to see like the whiteout, the scraping, all that, you know, all that jazz. I'm with it too.
The smudges, the coffee stain on the side. Like, I got a bunch of Bisley shit, and you can just see it. Before I knew who this guy was in person, I could see it. I'm like, this dude is just off his. He's just, you know, energy and like splashing paint, smudging things, and just trying things, and you could see it in the energy of the paper. You know, there's like scribbles on the back and shit, and I was just like, yeah, this guy. Like when you see the paper, you kind of like just think of what's going on during the process. Like, that's the shit I'm into. You know, I like that analog vibe. You know, I mean, I'm not that dude out collecting records and just playing fucking records all day long, but like, you know, I get that old nostalgia vibe of 80s shit. And you see it, even the guys who are doing pages on the tablets, they're doing like gradient textures to look like that old Zipatone shit.
Mm-hmm.
just to get a gray tone, like a shadow. They're doing like that dotted texture stuff. So it's like it's weird because they're using like digital tools to recreate like a analog element.
Right.
So funny to me, but yeah, it's just funny.
It is the tablet. The tablet aspect for a person like me, just it's definitely.
I know. I can see what you're getting out of it for sure.
Yeah,
you can enlarge stuff. You can do little detailed sections.
Yeah, I'm printing and going. There's a what is it? Like, this is a perfect example. Maybe I could show it right now.
And then you're doing the analog stuff in person with the planning.
Right. So
the hands-on feel, you know what I mean? That's the collectible version of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so like I can.
You're getting the physical result of that on your body. You know what I mean? So.
Like, here goes my community section, right? I posted a picture of like the dude's back piece I just did. And so you can see like his back. Oh shit. Here we go. You can see his back and then you can see the drawing,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So like
that's that's the printout?
Oh, that's the printout. So I'll draw it on the tablet. And then like I'll print out the whole stencil, and that stencil right there, I transferred that to his back.
Damn. What kind of printer is that?
That is an Epson. It's an Epson EcoTank large format printer.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was just looking at printer scanners today, actually.
So like the whole printer scanner thing, you don't even really need to do the scanning part. Like, but like, let's say like if you wanted to do a poster, a wheat paste post, like whatever advertisement you want to do, you just buy the paper now, and then this printer will print right on it for you. So you're gonna do your drawing to whatever. Like, this is like almost like the size of a door, 24 inches wide, right? And then it's whatever length. It could do like 55 yards. So that's why I use the printer for myself. When it comes to like the art section of it, it's my medium is tattooing, and for the main part, and then everything else I probably do on paper. But I still, at times I can draw it on paper, and then I'll scan it, and then there's a tangible part where it's the actual paper that I sketched it on. But like for everything now that I do, like the size of this print that's on his back that he's standing next to is the same size as what's on his back.
Yeah. And if you needed to downsize 2%, you can go and do it again. It's not $20 print. It's like cheap kind of.
Right. It that cut my production of tattooing in half now. Like, before, would it taking me like, let's say, I don't know, like an hour and a half to do something like that, a sketch. I don't know, no, making a stencil.
Like the night before or the day of kind of thing. Like,
oh no, just making a stencil, because you gotta make sure it's gonna fit.
Yeah.
It's gonna fit.
When you did my back, I think I have the I think you used the version of the tiger on my back, but I have like a version of it that maybe was like 1% smaller or bigger that we never used.
Yeah,
so I still have that folded up somewhere.
Okay, so that's good, because there's some tattoos I've done. Like, you're probably one of the last persons I ever did a drawing for on paper. So like that's put the price up on one of my on some of my early drawings, because I'm mainly doing everything digital. So there's a pre-digital, there's an analog, and then there's a digital.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but I mean, you cut your teeth with that, and you pay your dues, and move on to technology and doing what works,
Yeah, and I usually, and I give people the option of like, do you want me to draw it pencil? Do you want me to do it digital? But and then like if they want to buy the pencil at the end they can. It's just
reverse engineering almost different.
right. This digital part has made to me, I feel like it's created a whole new market, right? It's created a market of, oh, I can get it in digital too, or I can get it in pencil too and digital at the same time. So it's a win-win, for us.
Right. Yeah. So just a heads up, I don't know how much time I can do this because my phone was at like 90% charge and I can't plug it in anymore. I gotta put it on some magnetic charger. So I'm doing pretty good, but I don't know how. Maybe an hour and a half. I got maybe left. What's if I'm just gonna go until I feel like I have no battery left.
And then anything in graph that got you pumped?
Let me think. It's man, it's a love-hate thing. Like it's always there for me to do what I want to do with it. And I keep my feelers out there to see what's going on, but there really ain't shit that gets me hyped, dude. If anything, there's shit that just ruins it for me, That's more than anything else. It's just things that are bothering me these days. Like the new craze is just like these people just like 50 at a time going and just doing like a whole side of a building. Seen this shit yet?
Oh boy, I'm staying.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's like it's cool to see it, but like I'm laughing with my homies and like the DMs were like, they're like, yo, dude, this is your city. You heard of any of these people? They're like, no. It's like aside from a few names that we all know, but like most of this shit it almost looks like what AI would do if it just made a fucking building of graffiti.
Right.
Weird generic names that are just in every city, and it's just like, ooh, what?
Right. Yeah. Who are the? There's a lot of names I've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
there's
like,
names
who?
that stand out that we all know. It's always dope. It's always dope to see that. But for the most part, like, who are these dudes?
Yeah.
And then the worst part is like, I don't know if it's just the way the algorithm is like listening to our phones and shit, but now I'm getting suggestions of like some weird YouTube blogger who's just like talking about the graffiti building craze. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Some weird dude who is not even in graffiti has just decided to talk about graffiti on a building, and it just shows like, I'm just like, is this the next like viral thing?
Does he have a weird European accent?
I don't know. I don't watch it. I just see it.
Well, I'm hating, folks. I am hating. All right, I'm gonna hate. Who is this overweight European guy I've never seen in the graffiti scene before?
That's something specific that I don't know about.
Yo, there's this overweight European guy I've never seen before in my life. I'm like, yo, look. Nah, he look guy. He this is a fan. You know what YouTube has done? It's made superstars out of the fans of anything. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always kind of had the option for that shit, but I never could figure out the reasoning for them to pump one thing over another thing. That's the thing that throws me the heavy curveball. I'm like, what? Like why am I getting this shit on my page? There's this one. This messes my head up because I'll watch the whole movie premiere or the new trailer coming out for whatever. And then it'll be like, who is the black dude that was playing Kang in the Marvel show?
Oh, Jonathan Majors.
He got into some like domestic shit with his
Free
girl.
the homie, man. He did not hit his wife, man. Free the homie.
Yeah. So that was the thing at the time. It was like forcing all this like content, like Marvel reviews down my throat, and they came out with I think the Miss Marvel movie.
Trash.
And so yeah. So it was like some dude. It was like some dude reviewing that movie, but I'm like, why is this guy's channel? I never heard of this dude's got like 400,000 views, and it's been up for a day. Then I click on it, and it's like he's got like his manicured fucking background studio.
Oh,
and it looks like just some rented space in LA, And then it's like I press the play to hear what he's saying. Yo, why did this dude sound like he's just on 8 cups of coffee? And he's got like crazy body language. He's just like jittery bouncing around. And I'm like, wait, is this like his broadcasting style?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is really fucking awkward. And I'm like, I'm more intrigued at how weird it is. Like it's like a weird bait thing. It's like keeping me there to listen to it. Literally just trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with this dude.
So that's
and
what.
And then I'm like, yo, I'm totally falling for this bullshit. I'm sitting here watching this idiot.
It's why I've been trying to tell people, man, y'all need to start getting on this, man, because it's like the real. It's all fake. All these people that are on it are the fake ones, man.
Yeah.
Like if you write, if you're a writer, that time you're sitting sketching, you should just have the camera on you drawing, and then because it's just like what they present, it's just not it. And I knew this from in the tattoo industry. You know what I mean? Like I'm glad that graffiti never really got. There was not what's that shit called? A mainstream real what's that? How do they say it?
Subculture.
Nah. What's the word? What's the term that they would use for
commercialization? Dude, don't get me started.
The real world. What was real world considered?
I don't know.
It was like it's like something real TV. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's a genre like real world, Black Ink, you know, Ink Master, all of those is like, but like honestly, that's not really it. That's not really it. Like the life of a tattooer is not that. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that never happened for graffiti because it would have been like, fuck, no. But
they tried. They definitely tried, yo. Because there was a show. It was about like taking like 7 or 8 artists and graffiti artists, and then like trying to turn them into like some gallery shit. And I think they had like came on as a judge, and like some chick from my college was on the show or something, and I was like, what the fuck what is this? And they would go around and like do street art or some shit like that. And
they tried to do it?
They tried to do it. And I was like, this is insane. I think I watched like half of an episode. I was like, I'm done with this. And then I think it just disappeared, but I had heard about it. They're like, you seen this shit? It was like one show came and went, or one season or some shit. I don't think it caught any traction. But yeah. I don't know. I think there's an element to where they'll try anything once to see if they can catch somebody with it. If it don't work, they're dropping it.
Yep.
But yeah, so what are you gonna redraw this lube cube or cube lube?
But I'm gonna make it all like really gross looking in a minute.
Yeah.
I said hosted by Justin Bay with MC Search.
Oh no. Yeah, I gotta look up that ad. I don't remember that shit at all. That's so weird. But anyway.
Yeah, man.
The stuff that YouTube suggests is a little strange to me.
It's off. It's really off. It's really off, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. It knows I'm into robotics. It knows I'm into EV cars. It knows I'm,
sending you all that shit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Some of the stuff like mind blowing what you can do with like minimal effort.
Yeah.
Because like I think this is an open market that nobody is in yet. I think the numbers are low, but it will get there because like I've noticed like when like there's huge layoffs, there's always spikes in YouTube.
It's interesting.
Whenever I see a layoff, I go look up like I'll look up certain things, and there's always a spike in certain kind of searches.
Yeah, I know you're into that big silver truck. I always laugh when I think of you and I see these funny YouTubes. Or not YouTubes, like it'll like, because I'm not into that stuff, so there's no reason for that to even be in my cipher.
Bro, when I get mine, I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna ask you, yes, Wayne, Sess, and maybe like maybe Totem, and I got because it's flat, yo. So the panels on that shit look crazy. It's perfect for y'all.
That's funny. Yeah, it looks like a
What? My guy, yo, just draw on one of them shits, fam.
That's funny. You saw? I think I sent you the one. Some dude in like a third world country made something like a little.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. Some mad people were sending me that, man. Mad people were sending me that. That thing is huge out here, man.
No. Somebody said they took pictures of one that had like a bunch of hammer dents in it. Like somebody went to town on somebody's and just put holes in the side of it.
Oh yeah, they shot it up. No holes went through it.
Oh, it was bullet holes?
Yeah, those are bullet holes. You can't.
I thought it was somebody just like hammering on it with a fucking hammer.
Nah, hammers don't dent it.
Oh man. They shot it up. That's too funny. Yeah, I have yet to see him. I mean, I know you've seen one, right? Parked out somebody's house.
Yeah, it was parked outside my house. Yeah, my neighbor, he's an engineer for Tesla.
Oh, okay.
And
Is
I just put my referral curl points out in it, so I'm in the raffle system. So if I win,
yeah, homie, I went to high school with, junior high and high school, works for Tesla, and he put his order in. So he's like all hype, posting up his I don't know, some sort of receipt that shows like where he is in some line. He's like hyped for his Kevin Fancher. From back in the day. But yeah, he's into that stuff. But yeah, they're suggesting me that stuff. I don't even know what that is. Like why that's even in my cipher.
Yeah, it could be that it knows. I know that their AI system is even better than it was before. So it's like, from what I was told, it's like giving you the environment that you want because of what you're interested in, and really like that's not how the human mind is programmed in a way.
Right.
Because we're just gonna like easily get bored and go to something else.
Right. So it's not really making sense yet.
Right.
The way they're trying to do it. Yeah, I get it. My boy Raph is in here. What's up, Raph? I don't know if you're still here, but I just looked at the comments and saw you.
Oh yeah, that's all I said. He said with MC search.
Was that real, or was that something that he was just saying? I don't even know if that was real. Was it MC Search? I don't know. As a host for that show I was talking about, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But Raph is a homie I went to college with. Super talented artist. And a b-boy back in the day. Throw down. Go to jams. Yeah.
Let me get the hands down. Maybe I'll just do like only hands.
So yeah, it's been fun taking these ads and kind of just fucking them up, remixing them, changing up the wording, changing up some of the stuff involved, but trying to keep that memorable nostalgia to the page itself. I think people will get a kick out of it as a whole when they see the whole book with the pages.
Carlos Pabon said, "What up, EWOK?" Ralph says, "Might be mixed up shows. It's a blur."
Yeah, it could be. What's up, Carlos? Carlos is the homie in Florida. Just purchased a fucking big painting of mine.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta ship it out to him. But yeah, one of my oldies, an old piece. He's got a nice one coming. But yeah, I figured I'd surprise everybody with another live because I'm trying to do this stuff on the weekends now because my stuff during the week it's taking a lot of my time, so I can't really do too many things mentally compartmentalized. So I'm trying to do things on the weekends for my personal stuff, and then Monday through Friday try and stick to the other scheduled stuff. Give that the time it needs to come to fruition. But yo, Carlos, I was hanging out with the Bulletproof guys on Friday on their auction. They had a pretty good auction on Friday. I was kind of kicking it with them on their channel. Do you have any more issues with music on your backgrounds, Dre?
I can't have none of that shit, man. That shit is weird.
Yeah.
That gimme's gonna be fire. That's what Carlos just said.
Gimme, yeah. There's a lot of moving parts with that, man. It's coming together slowly, but it's a lot, and I can't really show much. I'm like really hard. It's hard for me to hold things back because I got so much things I want to share. But I kind of have to like be smart about what I'm letting out there, because you know. But I got some cool things coming on the clothing tip, but also on some like fun collectible items in the mix of it all. So a little bit of something for everybody.
Ralph says, "Yeah, my bad. Justin Bowe was the host of that street art show. I was confused. This is the white rapper show. That's straight. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right.
Yo, Dre, check this out.
Oh shit! What the fuck? When did you do those?
Let me see it.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Red and
man.
blues.
It's gonna be dope.
That's dope. All right.
And I did these. These are coming too. You see it?
Yeah.
Little sketchbooks for people.
I saw that when you were doing it. I think I reposted it.
So they're all different. They're cool. Just a little collectible, hands-on thing. I'm trying to give back to the youth, trying to get into art. Support that a little bit on the lifestyle tip. And then the products too, clothing, all that stuff. Not bad. Yeah, Justin Bowe was the host for that street art show. I was confusing it with the white rapper show. I remember that. I think we had like some siphon gear was all up in there on that show. Some chick was wearing the gear that we were designing. Give me that. What up, Lucas? Another old homie of mine. But yeah, so Dre, I saw you you did something a little different recently on the tattoos. A little cartoon character. What was that?
Oh, Felix the Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a shop that I'm working at. This really good tattooer named James Watkins. It's a city outside of going north of Oakland, Petaluma. and yeah, decided
Yeah, it's a little
like
different.
doing American traditional tattoos like that. That shit is hard, man. You can't fuck up at all. Can't
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean, plus it's like a known character too, like a classic.
Facts. And yeah, it's. I mean, I get it now, man. I get why. Like, well, I've always gotten it. I mean, I had to do a lot of that stuff back in the day, like American traditional, but to do it again, just off the strength, and it was fun, nerve wracking. Probably like one of those times where I'm like, all right, I gotta get this shit right. I gotta make it look. I gotta make it look really good. And but with like Japanese, you can like scrap line everything. You can make it you can make it clean and still look wonky in certain places. You don't have to make all the lines really clean and nice until maybe the end. Because you're covering like large spaces where it's like you're doing a little one shot tattoo. You got to make it look really good. So
Yeah, that's a different animal right there, a different muscle and everything.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so to do that was fun. And finding like old Felix cartoons, splicing that shit in, and yeah. I wonder, should I do like the old yellowish looking paper with the old?
See, that's what I'm doing with this. I brought these out because I wanted to show that. So I got I'm at the end of the layout. I'm gonna actually do the pages, kind of like this vintage yellowy color.
Yeah, let me see if this is.
And I got this recently. So check this out. This is just natural aging. But the colors on the pages, dude, are really fucking dope. I don't know if it's going to translate, but does that look like yellow, like dingy?
Maybe starting to. Was that original Alien book?
Yeah, man.
Oh.
But the pages, I opened it up and I was like, wow, the quality of black and white is just incredible, and it just has like this old color to the paper.
You just bought that?
I mean, I got it a couple of months ago, but I just actually.
Oh, go look up the price on that.
I opened it up yesterday just to look at it.
I'm a low level collector. I'm like, yo, go look up the price on that. That might be worth something.
No, but this is an oldie that I've had since the fucking 89, I guess. But this has it just natural beat up element to it too. But I just thought these were funny to have around us. I guess just stuff to try and emulate when I get to the layout process, the coloring of paper and all that stuff. But this is where I draw 6 fingers on the hand.
Should I put the writing in there too?
You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I can do all the layout and font work if you want later. I mean, as long as you have like wording that you want to use, if you have like funny, switching things up and you want to have it say certain things, you could sketch it the way you see it and I can kind of lay it out for you.
All right.
Like when I read those pages, I get ideas from the wording that they have in there already, which is already kind of funny. But I get ideas of changing it up, so I just kind of sketch in what I want to say, and then I'll just switch it up later, like a font or whatever. But yeah, I'm hyped to include you in this. I got a couple other friends I'm going to put in a page or two with them, DJs and shit like that. And I just, I may have to do the actual page for them, but, to have you get some of your stuff in there will be kind of dope.
Oh, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's going to be cool because I like to have, the people in my network a little bit kind of included if I can. did. I'll show you this page. I did this one. This is coming out on Friday. The video for this, I did this already.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so this is going to be the next video blog on Friday that drops.
That should work.
Cube Lube. I can't get over that shit. That's so funny. Who would have thought, man?
Hey man, I'm watching this video the other day. It just came across my timeline, and this dude's doing like this virtual, like it's like two different dudes, and they about to do a little dating thing, and it's like I think it's probably like 6 girls or 6 or 7 girls, and the host of that shit says to one of the girls, "Is that a dildo in the background?"
What?
And when you look in the background, bro, it's this, you can see it. It's on her dresser. I was like, yo, what?
That's funny.
What is now? I was like, is that, I was saying to myself, is that stage? You know, is that
Yeah, it could be. These days, man, that's the problem. Everything seems like has like a setup involved to it, like a hustle. I'm like so skeptical about shit that I see now.
bro? I'm way skeptical, man. I'm way too skeptical. I'm like, but you know what? My friend told me this years ago, back in like 2000. He said, "Yo, most of the stuff you're gonna see on the internet, Dre, is not gonna be real. Don't put none of your personals out there. Just like try and be, you know, like removed from this as possible. It's everything is gonna be a joke or whatever." And he's right.
Yeah, on some level for sure.
My boy Derwin, man, he told me that shit. He said, "Yo, it's gonna be crazy."
I'm seeing things on YouTube or no, on Instagram that's like, you know, heaven forbid you fucking like a damn cat video. You're just gonna start seeing like cat videos and every other fucking suggestion, right? And so I'm seeing things now where it'll be like tugging at your heartstrings. It'll be like, we saved this homeless cat from an alleyway, and it's like it'll show like the video of like a cat crawling along with like one leg left and like maggots all in its hair and like the eyeballs popping out, and you're just like, oh my god, what the hell is this? And then it like cuts to like, you know, giving it a shower, and then like, you know, then it's like taking a nap on a couch, and then like it'll cut to like 6 years later, it's like a happy cat, like we saved this cat. And then like and then so somebody will see that video got like 8 million views, and then
Right.
so now I'm seeing videos that are like trying to replicate that formula.
Yep.
But I'm like, hold up, that's not even the same fucking animal.
Right.
Like you're just clickbaiting me right now for
Right.
the love, for the likes and shit. And I'm like, look, that's not even the same cat or whatever. Turtle. It'll be like a turtle, you know, caught up in a net, and they'll be like, we nursed it back to life, and you're like, oh, that's so nice. And you're like, well, that's not even the same fucking animal. Like some weird internet farm.
Yeah, it's
Like it's not even the same. It's just they're just doing this.
I saw one earlier today. It was this dog, and it was like love is the answer or something like that. And I was like, yeah, all right. If that's what you're trying to preach now, then you know, stop the wars that's happening right now. I'm saying,
Yeah.
you know, stop them wars then, man.
Yeah, the best was I saw something where they were like, all the feminists are silent because they're not saying a goddamn thing about all the kids and women getting killed in Gaza.
There you go.
Yeah, but they were the first ones to be quickly out there canceling some actor
Right.
who said something or did something. And, you know, with drones, a fucking army full of Twitter army to come and shut you down in a heartbeat, but they're like literally silent on this stop the, you know, free Gaza shit.
Right.
Gone. Nowhere to be heard. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, but not in the form that we had seen in the cancel culture shit.
Right. Yeah. They resetting, man. But I think it's just getting caught on now where I think that's gonna be, it's bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Has their causes, but like, you know, keep it fucking even keel with everything. Keep everything in perspective. Whatever.
All right, there we go. Cube lube.
Yeah, Rubik's Cubes were huge, man. To the point where they were coming out with like WD-40 for that shit. Yo, Dre, I heard your cube was dried out. You can't hang with us today until you get your cube lubed. What?
Take that. I'm showing y'all the cheat code, kids.
You doing a little trace?
Yeah, I'll copy and paste it first, and then
that's the tools, man.
Yeah, can you imagine if like you have friends and you got friends and you're the only one that hasn't solved the Rubik's Cube yet?
Yeah, back then.
You ain't with the team no more.
Yeah. And then you go home and you really try it and you're like, fuck.
Oh, man.
I can't get this.
I want to know how many people like solve that shit.
Yeah, I'm Omizu Paints. A lot of those channels look like they staged those vids for likes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just like this air of fraudulence that I can see it. I'm like, man, something's off here. I forget what I was looking at like last week. It was something, and I was saying to my girl, I was like, I'm intrigued by this, but like the more I dig, the more I'm just like, there's some fuckery going on here. And it's like, I don't know. You just can't escape this shit now. It's just like that whole, I don't know, fake it till you make it thing is really on some next level shit.
Yeah, they just found some random messed up dog. Furs all
matted up and,
he's got bald spots. No, the dog's got bald spots, man. I was just like, what am I watching, yo? What am I watching? And it's got the views though, man.
Yeah.
It's got the views.
Yeah, some dog like shaking in the rain. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Patrice O'Neal was right. He was like, yo, who's out there abusing dogs? I just see a pencil in the cat's head, and then the music is going, oh. I was like, yeah, he's right. They've been on that shit, man. They've been on it, man. They've been doing it ever since regular TV.
Yeah, my man Raph in the comments, he knows about Sarah McLachlan with the old SPCA or whatever that was. In the 90s, when that song came on, everybody started crying. It would be like some cat under a truck.
She made millions.
It would be like Sarah McLachlan trying to get you to send some money for some
she made millions,
SPCA or something like that. I don't know. Tugging at the heartstrings, they fucking figured a way to like get clicks out of this shit. It's gross, man. Like I can't fucking just watch a damn, I don't know, a happy ending story of a cat getting saved. It has to be like slide 3 has to be a shirt for sale. Some AI, some AI generated product that's not even real. Anyway.
Daddy?
Yes, Muskin?
What? Where's my gun?
Where's your... Whoa. Why you need that?
I want it. You have it.
Why you want it?
I can't find my gun. Who's that?
Who's that? Huh?
Who's that?
My uncle.
My
uncle.
No, that's EWOK. That's Uncle EWOK.
What's going on?
Tell mommy's in the kitchen. She knows where it's at. Mommy knows where it's at. She acting up. She trying to. Mommy. Yeah, there you go. Get mommy. Hey Ty, get back in the kitchen. Yeah? Yeah? Oh Jesus. Hey, I'll be right back.
Do your thing, man. I can hold down.
I'll be right back. Tell this woman to get back in the kitchen and cook me a meal.
Carlos said my wife is killer at the cubes. Oh man. Yeah, that's formula, right? Once you get the rhythm, you kind of just go until it finds its way back to all the colors lining up. People take what I'm saying literally. Yeah. Thanks, Carlos. It's the content for the pages. I'll scan all this shit in and do a layout later. You saw the original, Carlos? You familiar with the page? This little guy. That's what I'm redoing.
All right, folks, I'm back.
True. Got the angry operator on this now. Not answering the phone. With the little Bobby Brown headset. You came in late, Carlos. Yeah, it's all good, man. These are kind of just shooting from the hip. I'm not really expecting too many people to pop in, but you know, it's cool. I put out the little alerts today.
Nah, folks, we lit in here.
My phone is blowing up, though. I'll tell you, I keep getting all these messages at the same time. I gotta put this shit on sleep mode. So when are you coming back to New York, Trey?
Next month.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month, man. I'll be out there.
Okay. Same spot?
Where I'm gonna be at?
We can talk off there. I don't wanna
Nah, just no secrets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be where am I gonna be at? I'm gonna be at that Ink Mag place.
Okay. I got that stuff still in the fridge, man, that I mailed away for.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that shit. You put it on like an hour in advance or something like that. Let it sink in.
Yeah.
And what, it kind of just comes off with sweat or goes away? How's that shit work?
No, you put it on. You wrap it in plastic.
Oh, okay.
For like airtight. So
kind of soaks in.
Yeah. So no air gets in. And by the time you get there, like an hour, you usually put it on like an hour before you get tattooed.
Okay. Yeah, it's all new to me, man. I know that's a fucking thing now.
All right, folks, that was a little cheat code on how to make exploding bubbles.
Yeah, you got all the little gritty, stretchy circles and shit. But yo, Carlos, I got all that shipping materials, man. I just wanted to make sure I did it correctly. So I had to place a couple of orders. And some of the things I had on stock were a little low. So I ended up just picking up a bunch of shit for myself. Some foam corners and, like, you know, all the quality shipping goods. So yeah, probably the next day or so. I was gonna try and do it today, but got caught up. Had to go out. Now I came back for this. Tomorrow maybe I'll end up packaging everything up and sending you a picture of how it's looking. But I know you're patient, so I appreciate it. Yeah, man. You got a good piece coming. Disgruntled Rose, the operator.
Okay, so
See, I thought you would do something like my first tattoo machine with like a Sony Walkman or something.
oh, I got those in the cut, bro.
I'm saying for like an ad, like my first Sony tattoo machine.
I remember one time at Tough City, some dude like rolled us from jail and was like, "Can use a way to like get some shit in there?" We want to learn how to tattoo when he comes out. I was like, "Yo, chill, man."
He's trying to plan his escape.
I'm not trying to say nothing in.
Yeah. So what's up? Tough City's shut down, closed, or what? Or he sold it, or what's the deal with that?
I don't know. I didn't talk to Matt about that. I haven't talked to him in about a while. Probably like maybe like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah, as I said, I haven't seen that dude in forever. I used to bump into him and shit, but
nothing moves your cube like Cube Lube. Look at that writing, yo.
Oh man. Cube Lube.
New Paltz, New York.
That's what it says? That's crazy.
Where's New
PO
Paltz?
Box. That's wild. Yeah, and I probably know where the post office is up there.
Just send $2 and $1.65 plus 53 cents. I mean 35 cents for postage for each 1 ounce tube.
That's funny. New Falls though, that's the crazy part. That's up in New Falls.
New York like resident, 7% sales tax.
Yeah, that's where I grew up there. That's making it even funnier. How much did it cost? What were they selling it? Oh, $2? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, that's pretty funny. All right, let's see what we got here. So yeah, instead of it saying prizes and cash, it's going to say trinkets and trash.
We've got what it takes to really move your cube.
Move your cube.
Yeah, it's got me thinking about how to do like tattoo advertisements now.
Yeah. Especially if you have no ideas, you can just pull from a an endless resource of just old retro shit, just remake shit.
It's very it's really smart.
Trinkets and trash.
With Cube Lube, your cube twists more freely, turns more easily, changes faces with the kind of lightning speed that can really reduce your time. Ah, shit. That's how them dudes be winning that shit.
With the lube. They've been lubing up.
They're lubing that shit up, man. That's Cube Lube.
That's so funny.
The next time I see some like Rubik's Cube Championship, I'm gonna be like, yo, he was using Cube Lube.
Trinket. How the fuck do you spell trinket?
Ask Chat GPT, man.
Trying to look at this font, figure this shit out. That's that 80s computer font. I think like Atari Games was using that font for a lot of their stuff. EWOK, you plan on doing that darker yellow tone for the edges? Yeah, man. I pulled out some pages already to show. It's gonna have. I hope to have like a tinge to the paper layout page. If I can't pick the actual paper to have that, I'm gonna have to make it look like a black and white, but pay for kind of like a color across the whole page, like a 6% and or something. But yeah, that's the move, man. I don't know if you saw, but I already pulled out a couple old issues that had that. For sure. Yeah, I think so too, man. So I got the TV on in the back, kind of playing some music, and I think I did a couple of these where it was just dead silent, and it just bores me to death. I know, Dre, you don't have anything in the back. You know, it doesn't bother you?
Yeah, because I think maybe you've been on YouTube a lot longer.
Yeah.
You're more grandfathered. You're more grandfathered in.
I don't think you can hear mine though. It's just on the TV in the other room.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, man, that the software they got now, it's like it picks up all my shit. So I
damn.
Yeah, I can't have none of that playing because it's like I could just lose my monetization.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a big risk that, you know, fortunately, I mean, maybe if I was monetized, it would be a thing that they would be looking for more.
But you are though, right?
No, they got ads you gotta skip, but I'm not getting any money off of that shit. But that's just probably if I was in a different tier, I'd be probably more eligible to get caught for things like that.
Yeah, I'm in that partner program. I think because I'm in that shit.
Yeah, they don't want you taking money out of somebody else's, I guess.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it doesn't make sense because there is ads on some of my stuff. So somebody's getting a cut of this. And I don't know why the ads on mine, but I'm not getting a cut of it. And then other ones don't. And then other ones don't have ads. So I can't figure it out.
Oh, you've watched your videos and there's ads?
Yeah, I see it. Like where there's an ad popping up. I'm like, why is this one have it, but the other one don't? You know?
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is. If I get to that point, I'll have to figure out something to keep the background. What about like a movie? Like, can I put a movie on the side, like on an iPad or something?
What was that?
Can you put like a movie on, like on the side?
Nah.
Damn. That's so trash.
Well, I mean, the only way you can do it is if you know somebody that has, like, if you know anybody, if you know certain people, that's the only way. And then they go to YouTube and say, yeah, that's so and so. He can have music playing. Other than that, that's it.
Yeah, that's so trash.
Like if you make it, if you make your own music and you have your own music playing in the background.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Dre's killing it with the cube lube. They're getting it, Dre. They get it. They're not gonna be. You know, it'd be funny though is if you put like your address or a PO box.
Yeah. that's all I was planning to do. Like a crazy Yeah, but imagine if somebody sees this and really think it's a thing.
Well, I'm saying the beauty of this shit is a lot of these companies are just way, 20, 30 years out of business. So I don't give a shit. One of these was like a PO box in the city. You could send away to get like handguns in the city. It was like on 42nd Street. I was like, yo, this is a real address where they were saying you could buy a handgun in New York City in the 80s. And I was like, this is insane. Like a mail away handgun.
I remember those.
Yeah, I was like, wow. They were literally selling like snub-nosed pistols like through the mail. Some like
it must have been because of that movie Charles Bronson, man. The Charles Bronson movies and shit. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but the best part was it was like on 42nd Street in Manhattan, and I was like, this is insane. This is so crazy. You know?
Yeah, but remember there was a time on 42nd Street. I mean, it was you can buy anything.
Yeah.
You can literally buy anything, man.
I bought my first Rambo knife with my dad down there.
I bought some Ninja Stars down there.
Oh, yeah. Forget about it. Don't get me started. Ninja Stars. I got my first Gizmo stuffed animal down on the street down there.
Oh, when What's Name Again came out, man. Classic movie, yo.
Yep.
Gremlins, yo. That shit scared the shit out of me when I was a little kid, yo.
Yeah, but yo, like the Rambo knife, man. I mean, everybody knows about that shit. I wanted the knife with the compass and the matches and the fucking the fishing line in the handle. I got my dad drove me around trying to find a Rambo knife. Had to have that shit, and we finally found it. Ninja Stars, those weird fucking Chinese blades. I had a big fat blade. It wasn't sharp, but it looked like a Ninja Turtle fucking weapon.
Yeah, but can you imagine there was people walking around with that shit on them?
Yeah, yo. in their waistline and shit, pulling out fucking nunchucks and street fights. The city was like that in the 70s, man. The 70s was all about like the kung fu craze and the karate craze. Yeah, that was there's a lot of funny shit probably getting pulled out back then. Charles Bronson days, dudes pulling out nunchucks and shit. Must have been fun times. Sorta.
Can you imagine you about to be in a fight and homie pulls out ninja stars?
Oh god, dude.
Or the brass knuckles with the spikes on them?
Yeah. I've seen that in real time on a few occasions myself. Up until somewhat recently on the 4 train. But yeah, that's more common still. People still can pocket the brass knuckle, but the weapons back in the day, that was a different thing. For sure. All right, so I got the basic letters. Trinkets or trash. That's what it's going to say.
Carlos said a death wish ad would kill.
Yeah, death wish. But like we'd have to switch it up to say like because you know nowadays death wish would be censored. They wouldn't let you print it, so we'd have to make some PC version like insult wish. Like the worst you can get away with is just insulting somebody.
I got one. I'm gonna do those business cards with the girls on the cover.
Which ones? What do you mean?
Remember you would see the cards on the floor back in the day?
Oh, and like the 800 numbers or
the
whatever?
800 numbers?
Yeah.
I used to love those. I was like, oh, snap.
When I was going out to Vegas in, I don't know, early 2000s for like trade shows, yo, the whole strip would be like lined up with them things. Mm-hmm. Thousands and thousands. I'm like, yo, they're wasting so much money. There'd be like 30 of those cards just on like a little newspaper rack or some shit. Just thousands of those things. Crazy. In Brazil too, they had them all in the payphones and shit. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. And my friend, I was out there with my boy Justin. He was a graffiti writer back in the day, lived in Brazil. He's like, yo, you see all those things in the payphones? And I'm like, yeah. And you know, it's weird because we don't see that shit in the States really anymore. But it's kind of like a thing down there. It's in all the payphones. And it's like brothels and you know, prostitutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, most of those are all men. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, look close. And I picked one up. And I was like, nah. It's like all trannies and shit on me. Well, not all. I don't want to sound like talking shit. I don't know. But he was saying, he's like, yo. He's like, go ahead, call one of those. See who shows up.
Oh, that's crazy. Don't tell me they still got the beans and franks.
The B's and F's.
Oh, no.
That's funny. Yeah, when I was a kid, upstate, I would come down to Action Park in Jersey with the homies, right? We drive down in a car or a couple cars full of kids, and we go to like Action Park out in Jersey. And then on the way home, it would be like, you know, dark, like 7, 8 o'clock. And one of these times, my boy Sean was driving. He's like, yo, we're going to go through the meatpacking district. I'm going to show you guys some crazy shit. And we're all like little young kids, you know. And he's like the older dude showing us like the crazy city back then. And we drive through like the meatpacking district back, you know. I mean, my memory is just like the Thriller video. What was that Thriller video where he's dancing in LA, like in an alleyway at night with like a bunch of people? They're all like dancing in LA, like in a dark street. Anyway, it felt like that, but it wasn't, not the Thriller video. It's too easy. But like, I remember he would pull up to these like chicks and he'd be like, yo, show me what you got between the legs. And she's like, fuck you. And he's like, nah, show me. Let me see what you're working with. and like this tranny pulled up a skirt and had like stockings with the huge bulge, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like,
whoa.
I was like, yo, there's no way I would have thought that was a woman. I was like, that's crazy. This was back then.
Yeah.
This was back in like the 90s, like the early 90s, like early 90s.
I remember something like that happening 241st Street, White Plains Road. That was Joe's Witness. And knocking on doors, man. And this one dude was out early in the morning. It was, you know what I mean? Like we would go out like maybe like 11:30 in the morning, you know. And this guy was out there working early, and it slipped out.
Oh no!
I slipped out, and it was like
the beans and franks came out.
Just the Frank fam. I was like, and he had like one of them short dresses, you know, like what girls be wearing now, but they wouldn't wear back then. It was only like, you know, ladies of the things of the night. And so this dude was out early and had the short skirt, huh?
Or late from the night before.
Right, and it slipped out. And the Joe's Witness, the guy, the older guy that was walking with us, saw it first, and then I saw it, and my mom grabbed my face and like turned it away, and she said something in Jamaican, like she said blood clot, like mom. No, she didn't curse. She said something like she said something, right, and I was like. I couldn't laugh because if I laughed, it would make it look like you know, I was on Ruli or whatever. I just kind of like just didn't say nothing, man. I was like, wow, that's scary looking.
Yeah, it's funny how you remember these things, man.
Some of the most traumatic stuff I ever witnessed was like knocking on doors back in like in the 80s and the 90s. Crazy.
So your mom's had you going around doing that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Penny loafers.
Yeah, I remember those. Penny loafers.
Shit.
Crazy.
Shit, it wasn't even fuck the bulge, man. It was just long. It was like a fucking, as Dave Chappelle would say, a meaty dick. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And I remember telling my mom years down the line, like, yo, mom, remember that time when we went? And she wiped it from her mind. She was like, nope, I don't remember that.
That's traumatic for a kid, though. You don't forget shit like that. Yeah, that's crazy. Weird things like that you remember as an adult. I remember one time I was a kid. We're telling funny stories now. Anyway, I was being babysat by this lady. And she kind of like would babysit like a lot of kids, you know, maybe that was like her thing in town or whatever. But it was fun for me as a kid because I would go and hang out with like, you know, 5, 6, 7 kids, and we'd all run around and act like maniacs until my mom came to pick me up. And then one time she got into a fight. The babysitter lady got into a fight with like some other lady on the front porch in front of all of us. And like this part of town was, I don't know, it was a little crazy back in the 80s. You know, it's like the town the street I grew up on. The same street like I learned how to break dance when I was a little kid, right? So it was kind of had like a little bit of fucked up shit happening around. And I remember she got into a fucking brawl on the front porch with this other lady. Well, I mean, they're probably teenagers. They probably weren't ladies, but to us, they were like grown-ups, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the other chick who ripped my babysitter's shirt, like collar, like pulled her whole shirt, like ripped her whole shirt. And like her titties fell out. And like all of us kids were like, oh my God. Like in my mind, I was like, it's one thing to fight somebody, but did you have to go that crazy? Like it just felt like it was just a little over the top as a kid. Like you didn't need to do that. Like I just felt so bad for this lady. And she's like in the street, like broad daylight, like with her fucking her shit hanging out. I was like, this is crazy. And I was watching like a full-on fist fight between like 2 women, like on the front porch, pouring out into the street and shit. And I was like, oh, this is wild.
For anybody new coming in, this is before World Star Hip Hop.
Oh yeah.
World Star.
Yeah, dude, key world star shit. I've seen some shit, man, through the years that I just wish I had on camera. Just the stuff that I've seen or been involved in. I've been involved with some wild stuff myself and things I've forgotten. My boy Paul's always like, you remember that time you did this? And I'm like, what? Like, how do you remember this shit? He's like, how could you forget it? He's like, you almost died that night. Yeah.
Yeah, the things that you block out.
Oh, dude. The Brazil story, Carlos is saying, yeah. And it made you look different because I'm like, you know, bless you. I would see like women in Brazil and he's like, yo, be careful. A lot of them out here are like, you know, dudes. And I'm like, what? I just didn't think that was so common, I guess. In you know, you think about shit like that, you hear about like Thailand and whatnot, but like I just wouldn't think like Rio.
Yeah.
Well, Rio is strange, man. It was like
Lady boys.
A lot of weird stuff out there in Rio. A lot of bizarre shit happened out there. It was kind of an element of just like uncertainty and just weird shit.
I think those two places are fighting for who has the best lady boys.
Thailand and Brazil?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Because like when I'm on like when I'm on Reddit, you know, and I'm looking for some throwback performers, and you're scrolling, and you always see some hot chick, right? And you know, she's kissing another chick, and next thing you know, the other chick just got Frank and beans down there. And you just like, swipe. You know?
Yeah, you're getting bait and switched on Reddit.
it's trash now, man. It's trash. It's trash.
That's funny. That's fucking funny. So how are you gonna color that? With like a washi kind of like?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen a little peek of the corner sticking out. The original.
Yeah, I think I'm doing it just the same washed out colors.
Yeah.
Even the washed out black.
I got you.
Grainy like that, you know.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
Yeah. It sucks because I was talking to a couple of friends who were kind of like in the printing industry with comics and stuff. And I'm like, yo, how come there's no like just cheap print houses anymore that literally print on old newsprint? And he was saying like that type of paper in itself is like just not even, you can't even get that kind of paper anymore. So it's like you're almost forced to print on this new shit and then design wise just kind of dial it back to look like it's cheap. But I mean, you know how easy it would be to just print it on some shit paper with like shit ink? It would do all the work for you. But instead I have to kind of fake it to look like that, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
And he was like, the closest thing is like in Mexico, they make like wrestling street ads, like wheat paste on like really cheap paper and like really cheap ink. And they go out and just kind of wheat paste them like around town. And that's like still like really old printing. So there's like maybe an element of like sourcing it in Mexico or something like that. But I don't even know. I'm going to get to that process when I get to it, but for now I'm just still compiling the pages. Sticking to trying to get to one a week done. It's my goal still. Let me see what my battery's doing.
Yeah, I just went down to 20%.
Yeah, I'm on low battery mode, so I hope that doesn't affect the quality of the camera. I probably got about 10-15 minutes left in me, dog.
All right.
Just because of the phone, and I probably got to get some food in me. But knocked out the main content that I wanted to get done for this, but at least I got you on record doing a little bit of yours.
Yep.
And I know you can knock that shit out, man.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it again. It doesn't have to be this project. We could always just jump on what we're jumping on.
Yep.
I talked to a couple of my homies tonight. One of them was in the chat before. I want to try and get on. I want to try and get a couple more friends on that I have connections with to do lives with.
I think you could have like 4 at a time.
Oh shit! I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yep.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I was thinking about writers and shit. Like, some dudes just don't got their shit together. Like, it'd be dope to get like Sass or my boy Totem. But it's just hard to line up people's schedules and shit. And a lot of people don't really have like the overhead camera set up, and they're not really prepared for this kind of thing. I'm like, it's not hard. Just, get a little set up, have your phone charged up, and you just wait for the invite. You just press play or whatever, connect.
Yeah, it's for some people. I think it seems like it's a long process, but I don't think it really is. It's just super easy to do. Get a little tripod, like have it on this highest setting, and All right, here we go.
It's looking good. I like the little blasts in the background, those lines, those energy lines. And then I got a few friends that are like a little too big to be inviting because they're like on their own shit. I'm like, come on. Just want to get good content. They got their own channels and stuff, and it's just hard for them to do more than one project. I get it, but I'm just sitting and drawing, and I know some of these guys just sit and draw anyway. So I'm like, dude, you already got the setup. Let's just do it. But we'll see in time. Trinkets and trash. I got this. Oh, this is what I can do real quick. What's today? Sunday. So what are you doing this week? What's your week look like, Dre?
What's my week look like? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. This it's just gonna be mainly working on this book. Working on this book and tattooing. I think tattooing is still what finances all my projects.
What the hell was that?
That's my daughter and her Oh, she's playing with her thing. She's playing with her let me change up the composition in this. Mia,
Yeah.
can you bring Mickey Mouse up there? I don't want to lose my monetization. You about to get Daddy canceled because I can't have Mickey Mouse playing in the background.
Actually, I think Mickey Mouse just went public domain.
No. That's Steamboat Willie, but he's public domain. The other one. Oh, yo, you gonna do a Steamboat Willie?
I mean,
versus Izzy? I mean, Braylington?
Steamboat, I don't know. Steamboat Brainy? I don't know.
Or Horslington? Oh, Horslington will be hard, bro.
Horslington.
But
This will be
20 minutes. Horslington will be hard, bro.
Steamboat Horslington. Spinning the wheel, whistling.
Yeah.
Just a cycle, a loop. Make an animated GIF.
And I think the Minnie, I can't remember what Minnie Mouse's name was back then, but she's public domain too.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't Minnie, right? It was something else.
Yeah, every character in there is like is a public domain.
Superman too. They just did something like the early Superman, not technically Superman, but it was like a different version of him.
Yeah, I think that's public domain too.
Yeah, I saw that podcast.
I'm waiting for that. The next horror movie.
Which one? What are you talking about?
Because you know they did the Winnie the Pooh one.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that's why that happened. I guess it was public domain, right?
Yep.
Winnie the Pooh's been out that long.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh's he's an old timer. He's over 100 years old.
So then Felix too then. Has to be, right?
Maybe Felix. Felix is public domain. Yeah, I think it's like anything you create. That's why that's why Disney's trying to push a lot of their stuff back, because they're pushing back on it. They were trying to do something so that they didn't become Mickey or Steamboat Willie. Didn't become a public domain, but they don't want to lose that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why they got the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff.
Right.
They were already jumping ahead, trying to get, intellectual property that they can use for money.
Right.
I mean, they threw a ton of money at George Lucas for that.
Right.
I think he just gave it all away to some education program or something. You talk about some doing good type shit. I think he gave away $200 billion or some shit like that, or some crazy number to just some education shit.
Yeah, so on my way to work, I'm driving on the road that is Lucas Way or Lucas Freeway.
Is that Anaheim?
No. That's up where I'm at. So when you're in the Bay, a lot of the stuff, a lot of the droids that you see, will be utility posts and mailboxes and fire hydrants and stuff like that. That's just basically, that's Lucas. When those walkers, those huge walkers, that's
out in Oakland, it looks like the AT-ATs.
Yeah. And so when you're coming over the bridge, it kind of looks like an army of them.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it myself.
Yeah. So everything, just about, those redwoods that the in the EWOK movie what's the planet? Endor. Yeah.
The moon of Endor.
The moon of Endor. That's the redwoods, California redwoods.
That's crazy.
Because you could just
So how far is that from you?
the redwoods?
Yeah.
Half a mile away.
Oh, so you can just go hiking and shit and go see that.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm it's
crazy.
Hey babe, how far are those redwoods from here? The closest redwoods? 2 miles?
No,
7 miles. So that's 7 minutes. 7 minute drive.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy to have that access right there.
Matter of fact, is it 7 miles?
It's off
What's the difference? What's that's off a high street? That's 7 miles. Like 5 miles, dude. We go to like this spot, High Street. We make a right on High Street, and we drive like, yeah, it's about 5 miles, and you're right in these redwoods. And then those redwoods go like, if you're going north, it's just it's a park. You just walking through redwoods.
That's crazy.
And when you look at it, it looks like Endor. Like, you're like, what the? All you need to do is just, if they wanted to, somebody could just like do some tree houses or something like that. And I think there's like some people that have like redwoods in the back of their house. They have tree houses. They have what?
Like, isn't there like tunnels? You're driving through tunnels and shit through trees.
Yeah. What was that, babe?
Spaceship.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there's 2 redwoods right behind my house, right in my backyard.
That's crazy.
2, like they're probably like 100 years old.
That's wild.
They cut down one of them, so like there's like literally. I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you. But there's like 2 redwoods. So imagine like this whole area right here. You should just be redwoods, I think.
Yeah.
Because you just can't just get redwoods like this.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of that stuff that's in Star Wars
It's in the backyard.
is in the backyard.
This one.
I would think Fresno would be considered at the time. It looked like
This one.
where Luke Skywalker was.
Oh yeah. What do you call it? Tatooine.
Yeah, all of that shit and all that stuff where like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't even...
Red.
Just wastelands and shit in the background.
Yeah, man. I think Lucas was like really smart with how he was doing things. Like he was just basically taking.
Red.
He was either looking at different parts of California where he was driving through, because it seemed like he might have like either, like traveled a lot up and down the West Coast, right? So he just basically was like, all right, how would this place look futuristic? How would this place look more deserty? Like, how would this place look like, dark and decrepit? And he was just like flipping it and making it, and because it's like all of California is basically every place you could think of in Star Wars.
Yeah, I get
And you can really see it by like just like, I think if you came out here and just stayed like 5 years and you were just studying like everything Star Wars, you probably would see what he was looking at.
Well, on that, I think I should wrap it up before my phone dies.
Yeah. All right. Yo.
With that crazy Star Wars soundtrack that just happened.
What? What happened?
Yeah, man.
But yo, good looks, man. Thanks everybody for stopping in again, and hope to do this again.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I mean, I love doing this. I like,
Do this.
Funny stuff, man. Yeah, man. I see you. You remind me I need to get on more, because I always catch you on, and I'm like, damn, I gotta get on this again. But
it's gonna be the future, fam.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, let's I mean, Mondays and Tuesdays I'm always good. Weekends, if that's good for you, I'm down to do weekends.
Yeah, but the weeks are kind of hard with everything, trying to juggle a lot.
Right.
But I mean, I'll hit you up ahead of time. You know what I mean?
All right.
But yeah, try and finish what you can as far as the visuals, and I can always plug it in and do a layout. So
yeah, I'll finish it.
Or even if it's like a half page, like some of those ads were like half pages, dude, it's cool. I'll squeeze it in something,
Yeah, I'll finish it tonight.
Yeah, if I have the content, just send it to me in I don't know, Photoshop file or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope, dude. And then once I start posting these, and I'm doing little promotions. I'm not really posting the content other than the pages.
Mm-hmm.
But there's other stuff that's going to be part of it. So I'll do all that. This will be part of that wave too, promoting. So anyway, yeah, man. So we'll do it again, bro. Chris Fab, what up? I see you. It's all good, man. You can it'll go live in a minute. You can put it back and check it. But yeah, Trey,
Chris Fab is like, damn, I came late.
It's all good. It's all good. There's gonna be more.
Chris, yeah, definitely Chris
Next
Fab.
time, maybe next time I'll do this one.
That's me. I'm gonna steal that. I'm gonna steal that sound from you. That might be my introduction.
Yeah. All right, Trey. We'll talk soon, man.
EWOK, thank you for your time, man. Thank you for being dope as usual. Appreciate you.
Man.
Have a good one.
Man, I appreciate you hanging with me. We'll talk again soon, brother.
Definitely. Take care.
Have a good night.
All right. All right, folks, that was dope. That's the legendary artist EWOK 5MH. Probably one of my favorite modern graffiti writers right now. Out of New York. He's dope. I got one of his pieces at my studio as an original. And yeah, there's gonna be more of these videos in the future with some of my favorite artists, sharing the screen, talking, telling stories, and just having fun and laughing. And this is the future, folks. You know what I'm saying? This is the future. So tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your exes, tell your enemies. All right, let's going to jump off in a second. Well, I'm gonna jump off right now. I'm gonna start. One of the first people I'm showcasing is AGW. AGW is an amazing company that will turn your thoughts into reality for your merch. Right? You want to do anything merch? Contact the people at AGW. They're the ones that have done my merch. So if you ever get tattooed by me, I give you a t-shirt. And you can also buy them on my website. So here we go. Everybody be good, be great, take care. Have a good evening. Later.